Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my recap of the NHL 2020 draft. Through this, we're just going to go through every pick for the teams, give our reaction to the pick, what we think about it, and see how each team did. So let's get right into it with the first overall pick. So first overall, we have the New York Rangers selecting Alexis Lafreniere. Definitely clear-cut top prospect in this year's draft class, was number one throughout the year, and he was just outstanding in the Q this year. And then, of course, at the World Juniors, even though he played injured, he was just amazing, just deadly. He can create offense for everyone else. He can get points when he needs. He can score goals. He makes fabulous plays. He is a brilliant player, and the New York Rangers, they just get better and better with this pick. It's no wonder that NHL 21 gave him an 82 overall already. He is going to step right into the NHL. So first overall, Alexis Lafreniere, easy pick. Next up, we had the LA Kings, and I think it was either between Stützle and Byfield, and I think they went with the right decision here. They went with Quinton Byfield. The kid's massive. I think he's about 6'4". He plays center. He can score goals. He's dynamic. He has that Anze Kopitar feel, and it's just amazing that he gets to learn from a guy with size and skill that can play both like power forward type, but also plays like a smaller forward as well. He has excellent vision. He's a good skater. I think this was just an amazing pick by the LA Kings, exactly what they need going forward into the future. So they take Quinton Byfield, who had 82 points in 45 games this year. 32 of those 82 were goals. Great year, great pick by the LA Kings. Quinton Byfield at number 2. Number 3, Ottawa Senators from San Jose. Thank you, Erik Karlsson. They get Tim Stützle. Obviously, if you're not getting Byfield at number 3, you're getting Stützle. The guy can play left wing, but I think he can transition to center as well. His amazing speed. His hands are ridiculous. He has great edge work. If you've seen any of his highlights, he is almost unstoppable. He played in the German league this past year. He had 34 points in 41 games. Yes, only 7 goals, but again, he's an 18-year-old playing in a men's league. He was almost a point per game. Great pick by Ottawa Senators. He's going to look great in those 2D jerseys. He'll jump right into the league. Ottawa needs players. They don't want to spend a lot of money, and they got a guy who can jump right into the NHL right away. At number 4, you have the Detroit Red Wings, and they take Lucas Raymond. I think I like this pick for Detroit. Detroit finds diamonds in the rough, and last year people said the Moritz Seider pick was off, wasn't the right pick, but that turned out to be a gem of a pick, and I think it's going to be the same here. Lucas Raymond, him being at 4, it's no surprise. Lots of people could have went at 4th. Raymond, maybe Drysdale, who knows? But Detroit picking the Swede. He's playing in for London, so he's already played in the men's league. He can jump right to the NHL if he wants. If not, he can stay in the SHL and just continue to develop there, and then come over like past Detroit Red Wing players have done. He makes smart, quick decisions. He's great on the power play. Reads the game beautifully. Just fits exactly what Detroit needs. Great pick with Lucas Raymond, 4th overall. Then to finish this off, let's go 5th overall. And this one surprised me a bit, but looking into it a little bit more, maybe it wasn't much a surprise. Ottawa took Jake Sanderson 5th. They picked him over Jamie Drysdale, and the only reason I can think that is because maybe Sanderson can make an immediate jump into the NHL, fill in some holes for the Ottawa Senators. Obviously, he doesn't cost as much as other players because he'll be on his rookie deal, and I think that's why Ottawa chose him. He might not put up a ton of points, but he's consistent, plays a great forceful game. If needed, he's shown that he can dominate play. He's just a solid player, guaranteed in my eyes to be a top 4D. He's just there. He will exactly what the Ottawa Senators need. He just needs stability, and that's what Jake Sanderson brings. And I believe that is why they picked him over possibly the more dynamic Jamie Drysdale. Next up, number 6. At number 6, it's the Anaheim Ducks, and they got their dynamic skating, puck-moving defenseman who has the ability to get points, jump in the play. He's an aggressive defender, maybe on the smaller side, but he doesn't let that impact him at all. Smart with the puck, good feet. He gets in the lanes with his stick if need be. He's really well placed defenseman for the Anaheim Ducks, and that's Jamie Drysdale, who was ranked the top defenseman in this draft. Well, in my eyes anyway, in my list. So Jamie Drysdale goes to Anaheim Ducks. This was a no-brainer for Anaheim. It made the most sense. If it wasn't going to be Drysdale, it was going to be Sanderson. He jumps into the play. He's exactly what Anaheim needs. He adds that additional offense from the back end. Automatic pick for me. Next, New Jersey Devils. They take Alexander Holtz, and this makes sense to me. This makes sense based on what New Jersey is right now.
So Holtz, he's a sniper basically, and it's exactly what New Jersey needs. They had trouble scoring. Well, to be honest, they had trouble a lot of places this past year, mainly goaltending. It seemed to like they shored up the goaltending in the end, at the end of last year after the Hall trade went down, etc. But they need goal scoring, and Holtz is exactly that. He's that sniper. He looks to shoot first. Exactly what the doctor ordered for New Jersey, and he could have went later. You had like Cole Perfetti and stuff available, but I think New Jersey was looking for that winger, for a winger. And he's a right winger. They have their centerman. They have their young centerman. So I think it was that winger that they were looking for, and that's what they got. The only like knock really is they say like his acceleration, his pickup speed, but to be honest, people said that about a bunch of other players, a bunch of other snipers, and they've done just fine in the NHL. Obviously, he's still young, so he's going to adjust. He's going to get better, and for right now, he's the perfect pickup for the New Jersey Devils. So Alexander Holtz goes 7th overall. And then we go to those lovely Buffalo Sabres. Now, I thought Buffalo, with Perfetti still there, I thought they were going to go for Perfetti, or I thought, heck, maybe they go Askarov. All right, they have the 8th overall pick, but instead they went to the OHL, I think the Ottawa 67s, and they went and got Jack Quinn. Now, is this a bad pick? Definitely not. Does Jack Quinn have offensive upside? Most definitely. Can he put up points? Yes. Can he score goals? Yes. Do Buffalo need that? Yes. But I don't think Buffalo is going to be good anytime soon. So why not take the top goalie in the draft since Vasilevsky, and then just work with him. Work with him. It's worked in Washington with Samsonov. It's worked Tampa with Vasilevsky. But no, they went the other way. Now, he is a pure sniper. He would have had way over 50 goals this year in the O. It makes sense that they get him. Maybe finally Eichel can have that winger, kind of like McDavid's still looking for his winger. But in my eyes, they had a chance to get that goalie that they needed, and they didn't do it. But anyway, Jack Quinn, though, good choice. Good choice at 8th if need be. I just thought they were going to go a different way. So Jack Quinn goes 8th to Buffalo. And then Minnesota at number 9. And basically, because Quinn went, and Minnesota seems fine with what they have for the goaltending going forward, I was like, okay, Perfetti or Rossi? And they went with Rossi, and I like this. I like this decision. He's not a massive guy. He's not a big guy. I guess he's not technically super strong. However, the way he plays the game, he makes it work. Like, Johnny Gaudreau's not a big guy. He's not a strong guy. It's not like, well, he's fast, but he gets the job done. Rossi is a smaller guy that excels in this day and age in the NHL. And his instincts are amazing, and it's perfect for what Minnesota needs. They're looking for that number one centerman. They're going to get it in Rossi, so no-brainer pick here. They had the best of two worlds. They were either getting Rossi or Perfetti, and they took Rossi. Well done, Minnesota. And that brings us to the Winnipeg Jets, and they've just shored up their second line now, if you think about it. They got Scheifele, Wheeler, Connor. Eulers can go to the wing. You can have Laine the other side, and now you have Cole Perfetti up the middle. So Cole Perfetti can come in there, and he can, if need be, jump right in, second line center between two absolute studs. He works hard. Now, he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he works hard on and off the puck. He creates chances, both offensively and through turnovers. This, again, if it was Rossi, it would have been brilliant. If Rossi was still here, it would have been brilliant to get him. Perfetti's here. I love it. I love it for Winnipeg, and I bet fans are just super excited. I know Jesse Pollock from TSN, bar down, he is very, very excited about this pick, and who wouldn't be? Cole Perfetti at number 10 to Winnipeg, absolute win. Okay, these ones are going to be a bit quicker now because we've got through the top 10. Number 11, I absolutely love this pick. Nashville Predators, they shore up their goaltending for the future. Pecorino is about to head out. Saros has taken over the number 1, and who's going to take over after that? Or move Saros back to a 1B? That's right, that's Askarov. This guy is expected to be the best goalie since Vasilevsky in the draft. He already has it all right now in his young career. He's played great in the NHL. He's played great in the KHL. What a pick. I thought he was going to go earlier, like I said, to Buffalo. He did not. And Nashville did exactly what they needed to do, and they collected him at 11th. Would people think that's too high? No. Some people had him in their top 10. I definitely did. Good on him. Good on Nashville. Great pick. After that, it's Florida Panthers, and they get centerman. And this guy is, the lowest he's going to be is he'll be a very good third-line center. You could probably already fill that in right now, and that's Anton Lundell. Great pick, solid. He's one of those picks that, he might not have the high-end upside as other people. However, he's the safe, steady pick. And it's exactly what the Panthers needed. I love Lundell. I had him actually in my top 10. He's there at 12. Good pick by Florida. Exactly what they need. Anton Lundell, Florida top 10. Or number 12, sorry. And then let's move down on to number 13 and 13th overall. Of course, it is the Carolina Hurricanes from the Toronto Maple Leafs. Remember, because they took on that Patrick Marleau contract, and Toronto had to throw in a first-round pick into this. This guy that they picked, Seth Jarvis, he rose throughout the year before COVID, obviously, and he stayed there, basically. He got better and better as the year went on, and it makes sense. He was drafted by Carolina right where he was expected. Good passer. It's just another kind of like playmaker that Carolina can use. Remember, Carolina's stacked. Let's be honest, they're stacked, and they have time to let this guy develop. And he will be a stud coming into the NHL because of the team they'll have around him. At 14, it's the Edmonton Oilers, and they take Dylan Holloway. And I get why they picked Holloway. he was a freshman this year in the NCAA, and I think he's a guy who can play center if need be. So he could be like your third line center, and that gives Edmonton eventually options to have RNH join on the wing fully. So you can have Draisaitl and McDavid, or you can have Holloway take the wing, and that means your three centers could be Draisaitl, Nuge, and McDavid. Now again, this is if Holloway can step in. I think he's still a good 2-3 years away, but that's okay. The Edmonton Oilers just re-signed Jesse Puljujarvi, who was in the Finnish League and played great. They re-signed him for 2 years, so he's going to step in anyway, so it gives Holloway time to develop. And to close out the top 15, Toronto Maple Leafs, yes, remember, they traded Kasperi Kapanen, and they got Hollander and this 15th overall pick from the Pittsburgh Penguins. And who do they take? They take a Russian, Rodion Amirov, and I actually really like this pick. I know people might have wanted them to go defensive route, but the top two defensemen were gone. There's a few others within the top 2 or 3 rounds, but later on they can get a puck-moving defenseman that needs more time to develop. They weren't going to get a guy that could jump right in. And they also needed to add on to their cupboard in their wingers. And they took a big, powerful guy in Amirov, who people have said that he has signs of Nikita Kucherov in him, which is nice. Nice to hear. He's got fast hands. He's good on his stick. Big, powerful stride. Great skater. And with development, he's already playing in the KHL. I think he has 5 points maybe he has 5 goals in his first 10 games, 5 points at least in his first 10 games this year in the KHL. He's an earlier birthday, so he's 19, but he's a solid pick by the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm happy with this pick as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan. Yes, we could have went with Caden Booley, but instead Amirov, and I'm completely fine with this. Well done, Toronto. Good pick here at 15. Next up, number 16, you have the Montreal Canadiens, and they go with the defender that many people thought the Leafs should have went with. They go with Caden Gooley of Prince Albert in the WHL. Gooley had 40 points this year in the WHL. Solid year for him, and I get why people wanted him to go to the Leafs to shore up their defense, but again, he's going to be one of those project picks. He's years away, and he won't be able to help a team right now. But for Montreal, they got their defense is basically shored up for the next little bit. It makes sense. It's a good pick, and it just helps them going further on. At number 17, you have the Chicago Blackhawks, and they're the first team to really go, let's say, off the board a bit. They went with Lukas Reichel, who played for Berlin in the German league this past year. Now, this isn't like he's expected to be like a 5th round or anything. I had him in the 2nd round. He's a good, solid player. It'll take him a bit to get here, but I think Chicago just sees it as like, you know what, we've done really well with players who need a little bit more time to develop, that show the skill. They got Kubalik to do it, etc. So I see why. I see why they've went with this pick, and if they can get his trading partner in there from Berlin, because he's in the draft as well. I can't even say his name, it's so long. But if they can pull that off as well, maybe looking at a little Sedin action. Well done, Chicago. At 18, it's Jersey again, this time from Arizona. Thank you, Taylor Hall, and they get Dawson Mercer. Good pick here. Mercer had 60 points in 42 games this year. Another solid pick to go along with Holtz. New Jersey had a very good draft. This is a good pick. Then the Rangers, they ended up trading up from, I think it was 23rd. I think it was 23rd. They traded with Calgary, and they moved up to get Braden Schneider. Schneider he's a good player. He had 42 points in 60 games, and if you watched the live drafts thing, I think Sportsnet also put something out. I think it's John Davidson. He's just telling everyone to be quiet while they're making the trade. They make it. They're very happy to get their guy from Brandon of the WHL. Good pick at 19. And then at number 20, New Jersey went again kind of off the board, but sure, why not? Like, they had 2 hits already, so why not have a little project pick here? And it's Shakir Mukhamadullin. I don't know. He had 10 points so far in the 13 games played. Yeah, with Ufa. He's in the MHL, so not the top league in Russia. But again, with the Russian players, you just never know. And I think it could really work out. So there you have it. There is from 16 to 20. You got a few off the boards, a few project picks here that could turn out as gems. Not bad. At 21 now, and it's Columbus's turn. And okay, congratulations. You got Max Domi. Yes, you had to give up Anderson. You got that third in there. Good for you. You paid Domi 5.3 for 2 years. Okay, good. You got him for less than 6, and you'll still get him, I believe, as RFA after those 2 years, and don't quote me on it. And then you kind of go off the board. You go the MHL. There was like memes going on where it was like this guy had to wake up, be like, quickly, get ready, because you're going in the first round. The kid probably thought he was going in the 4th, 5th, or 6th round. So they go to Russia, and again, another project pick, but at the same time, watching him play, I think he's got a ton of goals already this year. Looking like a great pick, good player. And yeah, so they got Yegor Shenikov, 69 points, 56 games, 27 goals from Omsky in the MHL. This year, I think he's playing in the K. He's already had a great start. You can see him, he's at his spot in like the left or the right dot, I guess you might say. But he's scoring a ton this year already, so this could be a good pick. Could be a very good pick by Columbus. An off-the-board pick, but a very good pick. Then you go with Washington, and I think they got a nice little steal here. Now, Hendrix Lapierre was injured throughout this past year. He was almost a point per game, but he does have the quality to be an NHL player, second-line player. And Washington gets him here at 22. I had him in my top 15. Good little pick there by Washington. I think it was a no-brainer, and he was left over. And there you have it. It's Washington Capitals take Hendrix Lapierre. Then Philadelphia, they go with Tyson Forster. He had 80 points in 62 games this year, Barry of the OHL. Good player. Just a nice solid pick by Philadelphia here. Well done to them. They had a great year, and they make another great pick. Then we go to Calgary, and I understand why they must have had some phone calls and just to see who everyone was picking, because they obviously traded down, or they got this one from Washington, I think, and they ended up securing Connor Zary, and they take him 24th, 86 points, 57 games. This, again, another solid pick. I had Zary going much earlier than 24th. Good pick by them. 25th now, and it's Colorado Avalanche. They're taking Justin Barron. He had 19 points, 34 games for Halifax in the queue. Again, within this range, he's in the range what you expect here. So good little pickup by Colorado. Overall, though, from 21 to 25, I'm liking the Washington Capitals pick of Lapierre, and I'm really liking Connor Zary going to the Calgary Flames. Okay, final 6 picks here, and at 26, Jake Neighbors from Edmonton of the WHL, 70 points in 64 games, an absolute brute of a player, goes to St. Louis Blues, just right up St. Louis's alley. If it wasn't St. Louis, wouldn't surprise me if Philadelphia took this pick. He probably could have gone later. He's probably projected to be 3rd, 4th line, kind of a hard worker type of player. but you never know what he could bring. He had his points in junior. He could do something similar if given the opportunity to play with some highly skilled players in the NHL, which we know St. Louis already has. So this pick makes sense to me. Next, 27th, Jacob Perreault. He goes to the Anaheim Ducks from Sarnia, the OHL. He had 70 points in 57 games. I like this pick as well. Good work, Anaheim. They had a very solid draft. Next up, you had Ottawa again, because why not? They're a rebuilding team. They get Ridley Gregg. Good pickup here, especially this late going in. And yeah, I'm very happy with this and what they were able to do. Next, you had Vegas, and they get Bryson there from Chicago of the USHL. He's a good little player, 59 points in 45 games. Project pick, but again, you've seen how good Vegas is, so that's a good little pick by them. After that, what did we have? We had Bork go to Dallas. He's in the queue for Shawinigan, 71 points in 49 games. Again, like in the queue, you never know what you're going to get. People put up points, but he's a good player for Dallas. Again, another project pick. And then lastly, probably the classiest thing in the draft, you had the San Jose Sharks picking Ozzy Wisblatt. He had 70 points in 64 games this year. And the best thing was what they did was they had they used sign language to announce it, and it was so classy. The celebration in his home was fantastic to see. And there you have it. There are your top 31. So your first round draft picks. They're done. I am quite impressed. I really liked this draft. Of course, like always, you have some surprises here, but mostly good picks. And there you have it. There's my take on the first round of the 2020 NHL entry draft. If you liked this video, please click like. If you enjoyed it, throw a comment down there, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.